Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to just something super basic. We're going to lube up the PSA Dagger and the Glock 43X. Just going to throw some CLP on them, keep them nice and lubricated. You never want to have your weapon just super bone dry because that just invites unnecessary wear, leaves your weapon unprotected against friction and just the elements. Who knows? I mean, your body sweats, your freaking air is humid, whatever. It's nice to have a little bit of CLP on those key functional areas to just keep everything moving the way it's supposed to move and keeping your stuff, keeping the friction as minimal as possible. And then if you have to run your gun, it also helps keep those temps down, because as you continue to fire, especially if you're firing rapidly, mag dumping, or you're in a life and death situation and you're just trying to put as many rounds down range as possible, heat and friction, they keep building up and that can lead to catastrophic failure. So just a little bit of weapons maintenance goes a long way, and it's kind of something that should just be a regular routine for you, especially if you have a carry weapon on you. You want to pull that thing out. You want to brush the pocket lint out of the freaking optic if you're running one. You want to get the lint out of the freaking barrel. Stuff happens, especially when it's tucked in your pants all day. It gets sweaty, gets nasty, gets dirty, and it's up to you to take care of your gear so your gear can take care of you. So let's dive into it. So like I said, I'm going to be lubing up the old pistols here. I'm going to use this First Line CLP oil applicator, and it's pretty cool. I got sent this by a friend, subscriber, whatever you want to refer to them as, Lube Penguin. You can look them up on Instagram and YouTube. So he sent me this out just to give it a try and see how I like it. So I've used it a few times now, and with my everyday carry, I like to keep it nice and lubricated. And the old Dagger here, I'm just gonna lube it up for the first time, just because she's dry. So let's get to it. So the Dagger is empty, no mag, we're Gucci. So send that home, and this breaks down just like a Glock because it's a Glock clone. So take that apart, guide rod spring, and since it's threaded, I have to unthread this thread protector here before the barrel comes out. And that's pretty much it. So there's a few key areas that you're gonna hit, and I will go through that. So with this First Line CLP applicator here, so you just hold it upside down and it clicks here, and that's what allows the, you can hear it, that's what allows the CLP to come out. So you're gonna run some along the rail here, and you see how that, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera with the glare or not, but it just leaves a nice little fine layer of CLP there. I'm gonna go along this rail because there's a lot of friction right here. That's obviously the whole slide rides on the frame right there on the rail. And then I'm gonna hit up these couple of spots here. And you don't want to like soak this. There's no reason to soak it. Just enough to keep it lubed up and keep it good. And that's about it. So when I'm doing here, I don't want to get the striker itself, just those points where all the friction meets. That's it. And that's pretty much it for the slide. She is good. And then the barrel. So just the feed ramp, chamber, just a light coat. You can see I clicked it like, 3 or 4 times, and it puts out just enough. And this little brush that's attached to it is pretty freaking convenient because it just puts that nice layer on it without it globbing up. Whereas some of the squeeze bottles, you try to dab one dot and it's just running all down everywhere, and it just gets annoying. So, and then depending on how long or how many rounds you've shot, I haven't really shot much out of the Dagger, so I don't really have a lot of wear marks. But the more you use your your pistols, you'll see natural wear marks on the barrel. That's fine, it's normal. So wherever you see where it's wearing, you just throw a little bit of lube there, because well, if it's wear, then that means there's friction in those areas. And where there's friction, you should probably have a little bit of lube. So again, you're not gonna douse these things. I'm gonna throw a little bit on the thread here just to make the thread protector go on there easier. I do have little rubber O-rings on here. That's what keeps that thread protector nice and tight. And that's pretty much it for the barrel. Now the frame itself. So there's a couple of points that you want to hit. So I'm going to hit right here, both sides of that locking block, and then back here on both sides. And then right where the trigger bar meets the connector, I'm going to hit a little bit of CLP there. And that's just, you know, to show you. Not you, dummy. And then where my slide hits here, I just throw a little bit of, just brush a little bit. I don't put a bunch of gunk down in here or down inside the locking block or down in here to where the, like deep down into the trigger connector housing and all that stuff. I don't need to lube all down in there. I just want a nice light coat. And that's pretty much it. Keep it nice and dry for the most part. Just those moving high friction areas are where I want to dab a little bit of CLP, and that is it. I'm gonna keep it just like that and let it do its thing. Cool. All right, and I'm gonna put it back together, and that is a wrap. Throw my barrel back in, my thready boy. Get on there. Get on there, man. Alright, nice and lubed up. She's Gucci. Function check, and we are good. Alright, so same thing with the Glocky boy. It's clear, no mag. We're good. Gonna break this down. Alright, and it's pretty much exactly the same because, well, the Dagger is a clone of a Glock 19. This is a 43X, but really the same exact process. So it's a little redundant, but whatevs. So this one I had to take the O-ring off because it's a lot thicker on the Faxon barrel than the aftermarket rubber washers that I got for the Dagger. So if you wondered why I took that off, that's why. It will not come out without taking it out. And one thing I didn't say to lube on the Dagger, which I messed up on, is the extractor here. So run a little coat, not too much, just a hair. But so same thing, just along the rail here, because, well, that's a friction area. And sometimes you'll notice on Glock they have they run that like copper, whatever the heck it is, copper lubricant. I don't know. I'm not a freaking lube expert. But yeah, those same points there, little friction areas. And that is it. All right. Jump ahead to the frame. Those same points because, well, it's essentially the same internal wise because, well, a Dagger and a Glock are all really similar. All right, those same 4 points, and then where the trigger connector meets that trigger bar again, a little bit of lube there. That's it. And then little where the slides on there, just throw a little bit of lube, and that's it. Nice and dry otherwise. Leave it alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right. And the same thing for the barrel, those natural wear marks. You see, I don't know if you see on this one, like right here where the chameleon finish is wearing off a little bit. Obviously that's a high stress area where there's a little bit of friction, so just throw a little bit of lube on there. Again, feed ramps. So the key is just a nice light coat, nothing crazy, especially if it's a carry weapon. You don't want to have a bunch of lube globbed all over it, because all that does is just attract the dust and dirt, lint, all that crazy crap from your pocket. All right, my recoil spring here, just a light coat, nothing crazy. Make sure I coated it all. And I will go ahead and just hit my threads a little bit in there, because why not, right? Why the frick not? I'll go ahead and put this stuff back in, slide my O-ring back on, because, you know, I don't want my thread protector coming off. Nice and tight, like a tiger. Eventually I'll get my freaking comp if Suarez International would get their heads out of their asses and find a anodizing company that's freaking reputable. You figured they would have already had that figured out by now, but apparently they tried to switch vendors and, you know, didn't work out and put them way behind. So see how that worked out for you to try to save $5, who knows. All right. Good. Boom. Resets. Gucci. All right. And that's pretty much it, guys. So again, the COP I was using today is First Line Synthetic COP Gun Oil, and these guys are out of Reno, Nevada. So look them up, give them a try, see how you like it. Like I said, so far so good for me. I would like to test it with some high stress. That's something I haven't done yet, but maybe I'll buy some of this stuff and try it out on a range, running it through some ARs and some pistols, round after round after round, mag change after mag change, and see if it helps keep those temps down and keep the weapons running. So that's the name of the game there. So, yep. I just think the application of this is pretty cool and convenient, whereas some you have to have the squeeze bottle and then you have your own little brushes and you're trying to like be nice. This just has it built into it. It's like a nice little pen, super convenient, fits nice in any range bag pocket. Just, yeah, something a little bit different that I haven't seen. Gets a little redundant carrying around all these little bottles. I look like a freaking scientist. So I don't know, something like this is pretty cool. I like it. All right, guys, that's it. Like I said, super simple, super basic, just a quick breakdown and lubing just some key areas. It doesn't take a lot. A little bit goes a long way, and just something like that, just wiping the dust off, making sure your weapon's clean, and then after it's clean, lube it up a little bit, and you're good to go. And just in case you're wondering, this stuff is like a body armor knockoff, and it's put out by 7-Eleven. It's pretty freaking good, dude, and it's cheap. Orange mango, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, synthetic colors, and no high fructose corn syrup. I'm not sponsored by 7-Eleven. That would be weird, but I wish I was. For free, freeze free, baby. But anyway, thanks guys, have a great one. Until next time, stay chill.